Hi, my name is Steve Hung. There's been some questions raised, especially on acoustic guitar forum, dealing with how do I make instrumental fingerstyle arrangements of different songs. And I'm going to show you my way of how I approach tackling this. And I'm sure there's a lot of great guitarists out there that have a different methodology on how to approach making fingerstyle arrangements. And I'm sure their method is great too, but I'm just saying that this is how I personally approached this. So the song that we're going to use today is the theme song from the Titanic movie, My Heart Will Go On, and I'm just using it because A, it's a pretty easy song to play on guitar, and B, it's a song that everyone knows. So the first step on how I approach this is I would approach doing this song just how like a normal singer-songwriter would approach doing this, which is they would strum the chord for accompaniment while the voice will sing the vocal melody line. Now, since I don't know the words to the song, I'm just going to hum along. So a singer-songwriter would approach doing the song something like this. And if you notice, the song is pretty easy. It's just C, 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 A minor, and F, and C, G, C. And it's all just first position open chords. Pretty easy stuff. Alright, the next thing I like to do is the melody line that I just hummed. I want to figure out how to play that single note on guitar. So on guitar, the melody line would go something like this. And so forth. All right. After you figure out the single note melody line, what I like to do next is that I like to play the bass note of each chord in the chord progression and hum along. And so it should go something like this. C, 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 A minor, and F, and C, G, C, 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 A minor, and F. Now, if you notice, I'm hitting the bass note just using my thumb. And to me, it's important in fingerstyle guitar that you automatically assign the thumb to the bass notes while your other three fingers, your index, middle finger, and ring finger, play the melody line and ordinate the melody line. That's usually how fingerstyle guitar works. So after hitting the bass notes, the next step is kind of tricky and takes a while to nail. But the next step is I like to play the bass note and the melody line simultaneously. So it should sound something like this. Alright, this is going to take a while if you're new to fingerstyle guitar, so if this step is causing you a lot of trouble, just hang in there. So after you've nailed playing the bass note and the melody line simultaneously, what I like to do next is, instead of hitting the bass note, I like to strum each chord just once and play the melody line simultaneously. So it should go something like this. And so forth. Alright, if you've already made it this far, you're making a lot of progress. Because we only have one step left. And the last step is to substitute strumming the chords with a finger picking pattern of your choice. Now, I personally like to use a lot of Travis picking type of stuff, and this is the finger pattern that I like to use. And what I'm doing is that I'm plucking the bass note with my thumb and the top note of the chord with my ring finger, and filling in the middle part of the chord, what I like to call the meat of the chord, with my index finger and my middle finger. So top and bass note at the same time, and middle notes. And again, this is the finger picking pattern that I personally like to use, but you're more than welcome to use a fingerstyle pattern that you personally prefer. And so finally, the last step is, instead of strumming the chords, I use a finger picking pattern while playing the melody line simultaneously. So the end result should sound something like this. And just one final note, I kind of ordinate the G chord a little bit. But pretty much what I'm doing is I'm playing this bass note progression. I just like how it builds up, and I'm just playing open note strings. Just to add a little flavor to the song and change things up a little bit. So again, thanks for watching this tutorial, and I hope that this was very helpful to you.